Join your hosts, Kenny and DJ, for your weekly dose of pro wrestling excitement.
Would you please shut the hell up?
From the latest news to heated debates, we got you covered. Every week, we dive into the world of professional wrestling, sharing our insights and opinions on the hottest topics. Plus, don't miss our top 3 winners and losers of the week. It's always a showdown.
What you gonna do when Hulkamania destroys you?
But here's what makes us different. We want you to feel like you're right here with us. Our goal is to make you a part of the show, because after all, wrestling is better when it's shared with friends. With 2 years of experience in the wrestling media scene, we're more than qualified to bring you the inside scoop and a fun and lively twist.
What the rock is cooking?
Get ready for a funny, loud podcast where you're not just a listener, you're a valued member of the conversation. Welcome to the Call Up Podcast.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to another edition of the Call Up Podcast. It's your boy Kenny. It's your boy DJ from the East all the way to the West. We are here every single Thursday to do one thing and one thing only, and that is rant about pro wrestling.
It's showtime, folks. It's your boy DJ over here in sunny Inglewood.
It's been sunny in New York, to believe it or not. You know,
Nice. Well, it's
But
about
the
to start
wet-
getting hot, right?
yeah, but the weather is so on and off here. 1 minute yesterday was cold when we was outside around 7:00, and then today was extremely hot from the time I woke up all the way until I got home.
Well,
So
yeah. No, today it was 75 all the way through.
lucky
The sun barely went down. Like maybe like 10 minutes ago.
I was about to say, because the sun still has to be up on the West Coast where you are. So
Right.
yeah, we all waiting to see, like in the background, that we see the sun still glazing up, and they be like, "Oh, these guys are in 2 completely different." Places.
I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I would say give it like next month. I think that's when it'll, on a consistent basis all the way through the summer, you'll see that.
So what else has been going on, DJ, besides watching wrestling?
Man, that's so far, like, I've had some buddies, like they've been throwing some cookouts.
Ooh.
So we had a cookout, and now we're getting ready for Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
Which is always, of course, a party in Southern California. So,
Of course.
and then we gotta and then everybody the time. If you are not a boxing fan, if you want to have free reign of the freeway, go out during the Canelo fight, and there will be nobody on. Like, that's when the city of LA, everybody is going to be in front of a television somewhere.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So for that Canelo fight is about to be on and cracking, and especially with that press conference that they just had. And
I missed the press conference. So
well, I mean, so me being a wrestling fan, of course, we both know these they're works. Like, we we can see the work, but I like but it does make it fun for me. Like, I let people have their. It's funny that ESPN, like, they don't know how to see this stuff, but yeah, like, it was you had Oscar De La Hoya come up and do a promo, right? Like, so watch when you see it. And those of you that haven't seen it, now I'm gonna lift the curtain on this, but still have fun with it. But Oscar De La Hoya comes up and does a promo about how his man, a couple years ago he should have already fought Canelo, but he failed 2 PED tests, so we couldn't have the fight, and then of course Canelo gets mad and cabron, and then him and Oscar almost fight. Come on, it's a work, and it's okay. It's like, I'm not bashing it for being a work. I'm saying that's how you sell tickets.
I mean, it's true, because the last boxing match that they had that was like all the work. So it was, I mean, it's
And
good.
see,
It's
Garcia had
yep.
PEDs in him, so
It's good. It's good to throw a little bit of the storyline in there so you can, spice it up a bit,
that's right.
which is always great. Um, Started the live show a little late than normal, an hour behind, due to me being in traffic for so long. The New York traffic is the worst. I know LA traffic is bad too.
Yes.
So then I had text you. I was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna be running late." He was like, "All right, cool, no problem." I'm glad that everybody else is joining us here. We got Big Nick in the building. We got Clown in the building. We got Leon in the building right now. So we know we got our normal people.
Leon already firing off questions.
That this is going to be interesting. There was something before we get into wrestling news that I was just like, I want to share with everybody and get their opinions on this. So I was reading online that Dave and Buster's is going to start doing betting on their games. There's going to be an option in the, like, let's say Pop-A-Shot, where you can place a $5 bet. Yeah.
Oh. How about I thought it'd be for the tickets to buy stuff in the ticket store.
So now it's just like I don't know if that's part of it, but I'm assuming that, like I say, if you're playing against somebody and you want to put like a small wager, be like, yeah, I bet you $5 that I could beat you, or I could beat this score, and you can possibly get, either tickets or money or prize. I don't know, but I just find it very funny that this is the route.
You make 8 shots in this
yeah.
Pop-A-Shot.
This is the route that Dave and Buster's is going.
I'm with it. Let's go.
Look at you. I can see you now trying to fucking hustle some kid out there for $10.
It's like, man, my shoulder. But hey, I bet you. Why don't we play this just for fun? Just $10.
Man, I haven't done this in years. Mind you, you was here last night shooting threes like it was Curry.
I'll try not to get kicked out. I can't get kicked out of Dave and Buster's. That's my AEW pay-per-view spot. I thought you were going to say that you were going to be able to take bets on the sports that you're watching at Dave and Buster's.
I think you could probably do that too.
Because my question was going to be, now does that count for AEW? Can I make bets on matches? Like, so
right.
I think I can go in there and make some pocket change.
Well, I know DraftKings.
DraftKings takes, and so does there's a couple of casinos in Vegas that take WrestleMania bets.
Let me say something. I will never bet on a pro wrestling match.
Not no real money. No.
Not no real money. No way.
And then you might as well have fun with it and just go with the underdogs.
Because that right there shows me, because like say you have like a Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes match, and like the original plan is for Cody to win, but everyone's betting money on Roman like to win, and all of a sudden they change it.
They make that phone call to the
change.
gorilla. To the gorilla position. Like
he's keeping the title.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm not rocking with that. Big Nick, he's just like, yo, Dave and Buster's is about to be that corner spot with the one slot machine and the old head that lives on the stool.
That's right.
That's true. You're gonna get a lot of those in Dave and Buster's if that's the case.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh man. So the IWC has been talking. There's been a lot of chatter throughout the week so far of a lot of things that have been going on. The first topic that I put on here, which to me, I felt like it should be number one, because it was a waste of your time, my time, everyone who listens to this show's time, and to one particular
top
man.
100 here, so
and the number one guy, and that's Kenny Omega. So Kenny Omega made a return on Dynamite this past Wednesday, and it looked like, one, it made no sense for him to even be there. Two, you only use this man for a cheap pop because
you're in Canada.
Because you're in his hometown.
Yep.
Fightful reported that he wasn't going to get into he wasn't going to wrestle because he's still not cleared. He's still dealing with a lot of the injuries that he was dealing with. So I'm just like, okay, so you're bringing him in for another cheap pop. This is not going to do anything for your ratings because I didn't get to check the ratings today. Hopefully it comes out tomorrow. We'll post it on the call up page on Instagram and stuff like that once we get it. But I'm sure that probably like the most they probably did, if anything, was probably like around 7 and some change.
That's probably about right. About 7 and some change. And there was some, because I think there were some playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, wasn't the 76ers?
No, they're playing. No, they're playing today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but there were some games, and that hurts a little bit.
Yep.
And that hurts that's not just AEW. Like, don't put that on AEW.
Yeah.
That like playoffs are gonna hurt any wrestling.
Nah, fuck that. I'm putting it on AEW. Trash.
Well, I'm trying to take away all the excuses.
No, I'm not, because there's a lot about AEW that I will be discussing on this episode.
Like, so it there was a lot to not be desired, but I'm just saying I want to take that excuse out. Like, I don't want anybody saying, well, the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's put that to the side. We know that there's going to be a drop with playoffs, but we still got some issues here. That we gotta, like you said, we need to bring these out.
Right. Because, like, listen, I was happy to see, Kenny Omega back.
Sure.
But then I'm like, damn, man, like I wanna see him wrestle. And it's just like you bring him in to get the crowd going, and then
see you in a couple of months.
Yeah, and then that's it. What I did like was that they waited until the end of the show to bring him out and lead it into Rampage, because Rampage was live on Wednesday.
And that's the other thing I kind of wanted to laugh about. It's like, why not just say this is a 3-hour Dynamite? What is the
I don't
this
know.
Is like, this is almost like to say, oh, look at the numbers, like look how the Rampage numbers improved on Wednesday. That's what it smells of to me. Look, 500,000 people watch Rampage than last week. Like, that's what they're trying to do. It was a 3-hour Dynamite. Like, that's not, come on.
Let's just call it what it is. And even then, that shit was boring.
Oh man, like that's
I literally think people just stood for the Kenny Omega thing, and then was just like, I'm out,
dude. Okay, even so, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was, okay, look at the energy of, like, this is a Canadian crowd, and let's go to where I think the crowd should have been hottest. When they said, okay, Christian's going to be the number 1 contender. Tell me that you could hear a mouse fart when he came out. And then it got to the point where, like, so Christian is a vet, so he knows, okay, let me say something, hey, you guys keep it down while I'm talking. Like, everybody knows that that's the cue that a heel is trying to tell you to boo, right? And he had to do that a couple of times just because he saw like this was dead. And he kept trying to liven it up. And it's like, we know you guys are going to jump him. Like, this is not like, so there was no, everybody's like, okay, I already knew you were going to jump him. There's no worry on anybody's face about Swerve getting jumped. No reaction. I mean, this was horrible. Like, I'm like, so I really like, so somebody that is here, that isn't, and I'm not like, I swear to God, we're not going to roast you. Like, if you're like, you're a diehard AEW fan. I want to know that if you're worried, like take your fandom out and look at what's happening and tell me that you're not worried and tell me why. Like, I really would like to know from somebody that's like a diehard AEW fan.
See, even people in the chat, it was just like, it was not the best move for this particular story.
Guy who just lost, so he just lost, and you got a title shot. Woohoo!
What happens in a ranking system? Isn't there somebody right now in AEW who's ranked number 1?
Or people that are like on a hot streak of winning?
Nobody, because you got Darby Allin who got hit by a bus.
Okay, so yeah, Darby ain't
You
wrestling.
got Moxley, who's probably he's off doing New Japan stuff because he just defended his title last week against Hobbs
over here. Yeah. What is so? Because Brian Cage did Brian Cage win that match last night?
No, he lost.
Never mind. So, so yeah, I guess you're right. Like I cannot think of somebody that's just being pushed.
Bryan Danielson's getting concussion after concussion. Will Ospreay
because he just lets anybody do whatever. Oh, do whatever you want to me.
Yep. Will Ospreay is off talking shit about WWE when they're not even focused on him.
And going for a mid card. Let's go. Let's put him on the mid card. One of the mid card things.
Yeah, that's right. Because isn't he the number one contender for Roderick Strong's title?
Yes. A title nobody cares about.
Nope. It hasn't been. It hasn't. The only time we cared about it is when Orange Cassidy was holding the title.
That's right. He made it like I can like so now so Orange Cassidy is one of those that a lot of folks don't like for whatever reason. I actually like that's the okay. He's creative. He's doing something different. Yeah, it could be a little bit silly that he has his hands in his pockets for part of the match, but
I love it.
But I'm like, to me that is for real fun, and it's not so unbelievable. Like it's not that unbelievable where you're gonna roll your eyes. It's fun to watch. And he was winning some damn good matches. Like he would find a way to win a match. Like it wasn't these impossible things for this, because Orange Cassidy is also a little guy, but he would I liked his matches because it was like, okay, this little guy found a way to win and not this, hook throwing around Samoa Joe kind of shit, so that's what I liked about Orange Cassidy matches. Now I miss it. I miss those title matches that he had.
Now he's trying to find out what's going on with Best Friends.
And then so I love how, so again, like they can't like rent free, right? So they have a whole match where they're smashing through this car. All right. So the whole point was not the glass. Like that, people are still thinking that people were bitching about the glass. It's not the glass, it's the car. Yep. Guys have to rent a car like everywhere that they go. They most of the time they're not taking their own cars when they're on the road. So what's going to happen is you're going to keep bringing back these bashed up cars, and then rental car companies are going to go, wait, are you a wrestler? Yeah, we're not renting. Like, so you're going to have to go through 4 or 5 rental companies to get a rental car to get to your next place. That's what he's trying to say. That's what the problem is. Okay, but these children, like now I see what CM Punk was saying. Like these children, don't tell me what to do, children. Oh, let's since he didn't like it, let's go through the glass. It's not the glass, fool. So yeah, here we are. So here we are. Let's have a whole match where guys breaking the whole car. That for for nothing. Like it's gonna be a storyline that will be forgotten next week.
Another cheap pop for the company. That's it. That's the only thing that they're worried about is the next pop that's going to bring you in a few claps.
So many. There's only so many, and now here we are. Like we've run out of storylines. People are not excited. I mean, the Christian is Canadian, and he couldn't get a pop when he came out.
Yep.
That's and I was mistaken about Daly's place. I saw pictures of that Dynamite that was in Daly's place. It was not sold out.
Oh wow! Okay,
it was not
I didn't
full.
See the pictures.
Yeah, no. So I was even mistaken about that. So again, I would love to know how you're not worried about this and how you're so worried about, Cody only having one match. Like, so I'm looking at this meme the whole time.
Because he has money.
And you're the world champ. You're like, now it's time to go. You got to go do the talk show circuit, especially after WrestleMania. You're doing the talk show circuit.
No. I have Swerve on the list of things that we need to talk about. I don't know if you want to talk about this right now. We could skip over the one part and we could just switch it up from there. So let's talk about Swerve.
Anything you want. Let's go.
And let's talk about the injustice, okay, that AEW is having with Swerve Strickland right now. You're telling me that this man is your first African American champion, world heavyweight champion. He's not a TBS champion. He's not a TNT champion. He is not a tag team champion. He's not an international, whatever the fuck the shit is, champion. He doesn't hold the championship from New Japan. He is your world heavyweight
world champion.
Exactly. He is your AEW world heavyweight champion. Where the fuck is his celebration? Where is his confetti? Where is his balloons? Somebody cutting a cake? Tony Khan sitting out there clapping it up for him? This man did not get shit but a fucking segment on Collision on a Saturday, out of all things.
Out of curiosity, if I missed it, I missed it. Did he get it? Did he get the hug at the
Nope.
At the scrum? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Crazy. Crazy to me.
Wow.
First Dynamite as champion, what do you do with him? You put him in a match
with nobody.
With a nobody. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care where anybody says, "Oh, but he does great work."
What's his face?
That shit was trash. They played my man dirty. They gave him the title and said, "Okay, whatever."
He wrestled Ray, right? I think he went against Ray.
Yeah, and it was trash. It was a slap in the face. It's like you. There's no acknowledgement at all.
And just real quick, like we're gonna continue with that, but just real quick for Leon. Yes, Leon, Darby Allin for real got hit with a bus, and if you go look at that picture, he got hit with a bus. Like there's no when you see the picture, there's no it's like no, that fool got hit with a bus. So yeah, just to tell you, yeah, that's a thing. So yes, but yeah, continue.
So I just find it so fucked up because guess what? When Keith Lee in NXT unified both the heavyweight championship and the North American title,
or the North American,
right?
US. What
they gave this man a fucking celebration.
Yes,
they made it feel special.
Yes, and wasn't that during COVID? If I'm not mistaken,
was it? Yes, it was. Because I remember that one of the guys from AOP, was it AOP? No. It was what was the group that was with Jinder Mahal?
Oh yeah, I can't remember their names. But
okay, so one of those guys took a picture of Keith Lee winning the championship and doing the whole confetti stuff because they used to tape NXT during the daytime and then play it at night.
Right.
And he got in trouble for it.
Right. No, I remember that now. Yep. So, and he got it was a whole thing even with nobody in the building. Like with no. So, that's the point I was trying to make.
Like this should have been a Kofi moment.
Exactly. Wow. And it just seems, like you said, it just seems lukewarm.
Mm-hmm.
We got more attention for putting Cody as one of the black champions than Swerve winning.
Exactly. That's crazy to me. But this is the product that everyone's saying is the new hot thing. This is gonna take over. This is gonna do this. This is gonna do that. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because it does lead into our next topic where I was just like, AEW is turning into a freaking ECW, Tubi, Wish, Great Value type of company. And I know that people are probably going to be like, you're a fucking hater. And I'm like, I can be a hater because guess what? When you give me a shitty fucking product every single week and you expect me to turn your shit into chicken salad, I'm going to tell you that I'm allergic to it and I don't want it.
We were so in both of the chats that we're in, and if you remember, I was like, "Is anybody else like seeing that this is not good? Like, this is not good. Like, this is boring. Like, this is not good at all." Um, I like only because I do this show. Really, did I keep watching? Like, I wanted to turn on my PlayStation or something because it was.
Listen, yesterday when I was watching Dynamite, I wanted to go to sleep because I was just like, but I said, you know what, we need.
Oh yeah, because it's later for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, damn. I was just like, you know what? I said, let me watch it because I know we have stuff to talk about, and plus I want to see the whole Kenny Omega thing.
right.
Even
Yeah,
though I
that's
know
what
he's not
kept
going
me
to be in
on.
it,
Was like, okay, where's Kenny? I
you
want to
know.
see him.
And I was just like, here we go with this bullshit. They put Serena D versus Mariah May. You're
You saw what I
building,
said.
yeah, it was crazy. Which was crazy to me as why would they put them in a match together when one, you're trying to build up Mariah May, right? You're turning away from the potential story that you can have between her and Tony Storm. Why not continue this winning streak with Mariah May and her seeking that approval from Tony Storm and her not getting it? And now Tony's seeing that Mariah May is climbing up the ranks in the AEW women's division. So now she's doing little things to sabotage her matches and so she can stay in a certain position in the women's division. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a story that people will want to see. Right. You're not gonna tell me that you're gonna sit out there now and have Tony Storm go out there and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stay here," and then you're gonna put Mariah May against somebody like Serena D. Come on now, come on, Tony. Fuck, how much crack are you smoking, bro?
This is what Leon had to say about.
I'd rather watch the Golden Girls too. Not for nothing. I'd rather sit there and watch My Wife and Kids on Netflix than to sit there and watch half the shit that's on fucking AEW Dynamite. Because it's just trash. And WWE is not falling too far behind. So don't think that we're gonna sit here next.
To get on them.
We don't think I'm gonna sit here next and praise WWE because there was a lot of stuff about WWE this past week that pissed me off too.
No, I didn't. I'm with you. Like, I was like, no, don't. We're just starting on. Don't worry, we're gonna flip it on them too. This and it's always. They always haven't. It's like they almost need to hire somebody. And then we'll get back to AEW, but it's like WWE should hire somebody that it is your job, even if it's a part-time job. You need to. You're in charge of Backlash. Just one person that's not involved in the whole road to WrestleMania.
Right.
Okay. One person, you are in charge of Backlash. And the reason why I say that is because you can tell it's all hands on deck for road to WrestleMania. And I don't blame them. Okay. It's the biggest show of the year. This has to be the best show, right? So they go all in. They throw the kitchen sink out there. And then that Monday after,
trash.
They don't know what the fuck. And you can tell.
Yep, because that Monday that we had when Cody won the championship and he was out there, that shit was trash.
They don't know. It's like, okay, now what? Okay, we did it. Now what? And they're like, what do you got? So I think there should be somebody that's their job. Is you take the baton and help us for this month. Because you're the new blood, you didn't have to work on WrestleMania. So you give us the fresh start here to transition. The transition every year is horrible. Okay, think about it. Okay, everybody keeps blaming this on Cody, and it is not Cody. Here's my proof. Backlash last year.
Nope.
Roman Reigns is the champion, right? Did he main event Backlash?
Nope.
What was the reason why everybody watched Backlash last year?
Bad Bunny.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. You got to do something like that at every Backlash. It's got to be something that's not usually the usual to get everybody, like, have it somewhere else. Like, have it in Australia or something. I'm just throwing countries out there, but
Right.
it can't be just Backlash can't be run of the mill because you're coming way down from a very emotional couple of nights. So you have to keep it at least baseline. You need somebody to say, okay, this is what's going to happen. Like, okay, tell me what's going to happen at WrestleMania so that I can write this. And then you're ready. So everybody shows up on Monday after
Right.
WrestleMania and we're ready. Like, okay, we're ready. It's not going to be this drop off we don't need to get. We don't have any guesswork here.
Right.
That's what I think they need to do.
See, but and like what Crown said, he's just like, hey, I watch wrestling because I watch wrestling, and I have no days off. A lot of us watch wrestling just to get our mind away from stuff. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's
and
right.
and that's the enjoyment that we have. But then there are times where you watch a certain product and you're like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, seriously? Like, this is what you decided you're gonna put on TV? Like, are you being lazy or you just don't give a shit? Like, which one is it?
What I'm seeing is that you guys want Bullet Club versus the Elite. And but what they're not understanding is that Bullet Club is like, what? They're like a third. It's like copying something 3 times. Like, you ever take a, when you had copy machines and you keep copying something and it keeps fading as you keep, like, that's what the Bullet Club is. Okay, you had that group that was before the NWO. You had the NWO. You had the NWO Wolfpack. You had DX. Now you're trying to bring now you're trying to bring a group from a company that, let's be real, only a third of Americans watch.
Yep.
Okay, some of you there's people that wear Bullet Club shirts because you think that it's the cool thing to wear. You've never watched. You can't even name all the members of the Bullet Club.
For sure they can't.
Okay, you're trying to lie to kick it. Okay, that's what's happening. You're trying to lie to kick it. You think you want to tell people New Japan. You don't. You just like the shirt. You see other people, like, you see that the little underground wrestling fans wearing it. And what's gonna happen one more time? Just like, so this is what I'm just seeing with AEW. So they're going for that third of an audience.
Right.
Everybody else is not in on it. And you're going forward with it, like, all the way. And this is what, like, so we used to make fun of WWE when they would basically rehash, right? So it's like, okay, so the fans that have seen something before that was outside of WWE, they're like, what are they doing? I've seen this already. Like, they're rehashing something that I already know. But the people at large, they're seeing it for the first time. Okay, it's like, it reminds me of going to see Did you see Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in the movie theater?
Yes.
Okay, and I know that you read Spider-Man.
Yes.
Okay, were you not looking around at the theater when everybody started crying when Uncle Ben died?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear people crying, and I'm looking around like, wait, y'all didn't know Uncle Ben died?
He was gonna die. Like, it. Yeah. I mean, it's in the comic book.
Right. So this is what WWE does. But by the time they get to the big stuff, with the big stories, with these things that have been rehashed, you're emotionally involved. Like, Hogan slammed Andre for the 3rd time at WrestleMania 3, but they said that didn't this is our universe. This had never happened here. Okay, and then so you were emotionally involved when Hogan finally slams him. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And that's what they're missing. Like, they want, it's like, oh, you should be in on this already. You can't do it that way. Not with television.
Well, they're gonna keep trying. And that's like, even with the opening segment to Dynamite, which why I was saying, like, AEW is doing like these ECW skits, was because I'm sitting with a friend of mine and we're talking about Dynamite, and he's like, did you see that what Tony Khan did at the beginning of Dynamite? Yeah. And he's just like, that shit was horrible. Because this is like you sat there and it looks like you was reading off a cue card or
'Cause he
whatever
was.
case he was. You know what I mean? It was horrible. And then the comments that he made throughout the week for the NFL draft, like it's just steamrolling one by one by one by one, where I'm just like, bro, do you want to keep this company?
All he had to do, like people, I see people going back and forth about the NFL drafting, and they're like, "Why are WWE fans mad?" Like, I'm like, nobody's mad, bro. What's happening is this man fumbled a ball right now. You had a whole NFL audience that you could have gone up there. Hey, I have a wrestling company, AEW. I got champions like Swerve Strickland. I got guys that are superhero acrobats like
Osprey, yeah.
etc. Like you, and we come on every Wednesday night on TBS. Now that, like, that's what they should have had Wednesday night TBS in their mind by the end of that promo.
Yep.
But all we got was WWE Harvey Weinstein. Some people are like, I've had people come up to me, wait, what was his company again? Like, they didn't even know. And why was he wearing a net brace?
You know what have been a good move for AEW is that when they did the Jaguars NFL draft pick,
have them read it.
Have one of them read it. Get Swerve to read, because Swerve is a big freaking football fan.
With the title on.
Yes.
Like, bring the title up there. That's what the title's supposed to be for, folks.
And
like,
have him read the fucking picks.
Yep.
That's crazy to me.
Have Swerve, have Tony come up there, have, for a pick.
I would have made it into a show. Like, oh, here's AEW World Heavyweight Champion Swerve Strickland to give the Jaguars 24th pick in the NFL draft. And then you have him and Prince Nana come out there, because they play a little bit of music instead of playing the Nah, you just like just have him there. But no, you drop the ball again.
Yes. So that's what we're talking. We're not mad. I don't care. Like, dude, we already know there's a stupid comment about the Weinstein WWE thing. It was a stupid comment. Okay, we don't care about the comment. It's the fact that you took that time that you had a huge audience where he could have just put his company in front. That's all. That's what we're saying.
and he didn't.
Yep.
What the crown?
The number one pick, a replica belt. Hell yeah, clown.
Yep. You want to get that the title seen more.
Yep.
Why not your first pick?
WWE got all 32 teams got a belt.
Every single time you had to take a picture, that AEW title should have been there. Here.
Right.
Hold the title. Hey, you guys now just came into the Jaguars organization. Where are all the picks right now? They should have been front row and center at AEW Dynamite.
Yep. Any NFL person comes to a WWE show, they give them the belt of their team, and then they're holding it.
WWE on Monday went to Kansas City. Who did they have in the front row?
Damn. Yeah, that's right. And they played with the Super Bowl rings.
They had Patrick Mahomes there.
Yeah.
His two linemen, they were with him. What were they holding?
Yep.
WWE replica titles of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Which I bet they sold a few that night.
Product placement at its best. Braun Strowman returns back to WWE. What do? Use Patrick Mahomes. Logan Paul is on Raw. Who do they use? Patrick Mahomes. They're going to continue tying in the celebrity with the show to increase more, because now guess what happens? Oh, last night ESPN, First Take, all these other sports shows are going to pick up. Hey, Patrick Mahomes was out on WWE TV, and they used the Super Bowl rings in a segment.
Right.
So now you're getting more people who probably doesn't watch the show but are really big Kansas City fans. That's the same thing that Kansas City did and the NFL did when this guy started dating Taylor Swift. You knew you was dating that girl. Come on. Everyone knew. And what did the NFL do? They used it to their advantage.
They start giving her product to wear.
Yep. Everybody, even down to the players' wives. When she did the jacket,
Yep.
Taylor wore the jacket, and then another person started wearing the jacket, and then another person started wearing the jacket. But the big one was Taylor Swift.
And that blew her up. Mahomes' wife had to kind of, she's like, okay, I got to see the big picture here.
Oh, no. Patrick Mahomes' wife, she knew her position.
Yeah.
She said, let Taylor
Yep.
get that shine.
Yep.
And I'm going to just tag along.
Right.
And that's what WWE does.
Right.
They're gonna bring in that celebrity. They're gonna give them the shine. And then they're gonna use their popularity to gain more people. Why do you think Logan Paul is fucking United States champion still? Man. Product placement.
I wonder how many of those US titles have sold to the 20 to 13-year-old crowd.
I'm sure a lot.
I'd like to see some numbers on that.
We're gonna have to find the numbers on that one, but I'm sure it was a lot.
Because right along, I want a prime and a US title, Mom.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because it's just, again, it goes hand in hand because they're placing it in your front of your face.
So that's what we like. It was I don't care what he said. Like, he can say whatever he wants about WWE, but just know that it's wasting your time. That's all we're saying. Like, you're trying to, you're losing deals left and right, and you still can't keep WWE out your mouth when you have a whole audience.
Mm-hmm.
All you did was remind people of WWE. That's all you did in that whole time.
I can't say that they should have kept this man on the roster or signed him or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But then you've seen like Eric Rowan, he came back to WWE.
Yep.
And we already know what he's doing.
He's going to be with Uncle Howdy.
Yep, he's going to be with Uncle Howdy in them. They just continue to build stories after story
Alexa
after
Bliss
story.
Is about ready. She should be about ready now, huh? So
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they're gonna have a nice little group, beat some people up. Let's go.
That's all you could do. That's all you could do at this point. But it's like AEW doesn't see this. AEW is just like, I'm gonna give you the cheap pop. I'm gonna bring in somebody from New Japan. I'm gonna sign somebody who used to work for WWE to stick it to whoever it is in WWE to stick it to. I'm gonna put on these super kick flippy matches all the time, and then that's it. And then I'm gonna talk shit about WWE.
Look at Jamal.
And Jamal says the same thing. He's like, he agrees with us when he's just like, they need to just worry about TV. They don't need to worry about anything else.
Because look, I mean, so some might be too young, but remember like the NWA WCW days when they were like in a studio.
Yep.
You never even heard the words WWF or Hulk Hogan or nobody. Like, it was, what's going on? They had their own universe. Like, what's going on here?
I don't get it.
Now, how'd you go ahead with that Raw now?
With what Raw?
He's like with Raw, like he was like, or WWE now. Let's switch to let's
Oh no,
let's
no,
kick
no, no.
them
We
in the
could.
ass. Well,
Oh no, no, I am,
you gonna
I
kick them
am.
yet?
But then the Pro Wrestling Podcast was like Ethan Page is gone from AEW. Wasn't he a part of ROH?
That's well, I mean, see, and that's why I don't like that. It's like he purchased ROH, but you can, it's painfully obvious he just bought it because he didn't want Vince to get it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Like that, I just wanted to buy it so that you can't have it, and like, so again, what good has he done it?
Nothing. He just wanted
Their
to keep the
titles mean nothing,
He wanted to take the library and not give it to WWE,
right?
which not for nothing is smart because WWE wouldn't do anything with it, but just put it on Peacock, and that's it.
Well, Vince might have done that, but now
I don't even think Triple H will do anything with it.
Well, okay. So, but the people that would be in his ear, I guess is what I'm saying. So you have KO, you got Seth Rollins, for example. That's like, okay, you have ROH. ROH did X, Y, and Z for us. We have we have like all this fat instead of just releasing people.
Mm-hmm.
You have another ring for people to wrestle in.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, in a perfect wrestling world, that's exactly the move that you would make. But just like in real life, people will continue to be petty and they would do petty things. And this is one of them.
Good old Petty.
Jamal, he goes, AEW reminds me of the ex-girlfriend that just won't leave me alone. And you know what's bad? You know what's bad is that I love AEW. I want AEW to stay afloat.
Like you need
And
like that's what makes wrestling good is competition.
you need the competition.
Yep.
Because without the competition, there's nothing to really work for.
That's how we got Attitude Era. Was like that's why we love the Attitude Era. It's not necessarily the antics and stuff that went on. It was you could tell, okay, they were fighting for your viewership.
Right.
It's like, damn, I don't like, oh, I got to go back and, like, so, because they were fighting for, like, no, come over here and watch this.
Exactly.
That's when wrestling is good.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I mean, people, you can not like Jim Cornette or not, but look, the tide, right? Like when the tide rises, all the boats go up except for the ones with holes in it.
Exactly. But
so
I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, week by week, he's saying the same thing. I feel like a broken record. I really hope that they start to come around and get themselves together because it's like week by week, you guys are just until one day you're going to turn into WCW.
And then we're going to see
poof, be gone.
We're going to see like Stephanie McMahon show up to AEW one day and grab a microphone.
I think not for nothing. I think WWE is so petty that they wouldn't even use Stephanie or Triple H.
Nobody with a McMahon name.
They'll send fucking Adam Pearce over to Dynamite.
So the kayfabe GM
to let them like, oh, this is my new home type of thing, and like, yeah, this is what I'm running from now on, and it's just a bullshit fucking Dynamite. Because now WWE and TKO owns AEW for whatever reason. Like it's horrible. You know what I mean?
With Swerve and Hangman Page having one last main event match.
Jamal's like, how long until Cornette gets a Legends deal? I don't. You know what? Not for nothing. I'm surprised that he doesn't have one. Because out of all the Legend figures that's been coming out throughout the months and years and stuff like that, like Cornette hasn't gotten an action figure.
Well, speaking of Adam Pearce, like Adam Pearce might have helped him out with that outfit he was wearing at the draft.
Ooh, that shit was horrible.
but that was the Cornette outfit. It was the red with the like the two colors, and he's like, and then you even had what's they said, grab a racket. Because it was the Cornette outfit, so he might have helped him out.
That was horrible. That was a horrible outfit that he should never wear again.
No, he
And
should
we
wear
should
it
never.
again.
We should no. We should never see that outfit ever again in life on a WWE program.
Oh, but yeah, so that might have helped him though.
We'll see. I did say that I was going to get into the WWE stuff.
Yeah,
because we only have 2 things left on this list.
And then we'll go to the comments.
Yeah, and we'll go back to the comments. So last week, WWE started the draft. It started off on Friday, and they just started placing people. Everybody stayed the same, except for Nia Jax and maybe like 2 other people. And some NXT call-ups.
Right.
Cody took on first round draft pick Carmelo Hayes.
Mm-hmm. Where they had a big botch.
They had oh my god! When they both jumped in the air and missed each other, and Cody landed on his shoulder, I said, "This thing is done." I said, "He's done."
I think he. Yeah, it looked like I was like, "Did he jack up his shoulder right now?"
I said. Malcolm Cody, Luther King over here, he's done. Like Cody the King was done. Like Cody I don't know what else. Yeah, Cody X. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to call.
He didn't land on Carmelo Hayes. He landed on the mat.
Exactly. That shit was horrible. I said, what is going on?
Bamboozled. Run him up.
Why are you going for these bullshit moves when you know that half the time you can't even do them? You are champion.
Or you don't have to do them as the other.
Exactly. But no.
The other thing. Like, in fact, his dad's famous quote, don't do shit you don't know how to do. Like, that is
exactly. Fuck you doing AEW moves out here on a Friday. Excuse me? This ain't Rampage. This ain't Rampage. This ain't Rampage. The fuck you doing? Like, come on, buddy.
I'm not gonna make it.
Fucking, you a genius, Cody Rhodes. You're a fucking genius. Because damn, and I don't mean genius in a good way. I mean genius in a bad way. You're a fucking dummy.
In the New York way.
You're a dummy.
So you don't want a New Yorker calling you a genius.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy. I remember a couple of days ago, I said I was with my coworker and I was like, look at this fucking genius right here. And she busted out laughing.
Yeah.
Because you know the deal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But come on. This, and especially everybody else in the comments said the same thing too. Is just
Crown
like
got
this
the stats for us. Look at that.
This draft was trash.
No tag team split up. No.
Fuck. Why do you have all these legends in the back? Fuck are they doing? They ain't making no deals.
They're like, come on, draft me.
They ain't talking to the GMs. Now, you know what would have been good? If they treat the draft the same way they treat the regular sports.
Which they almost did when they go to the NXT, like when you see the NXT folks sitting there.
Right.
So they kind of had, like you said, they kind of a third of the time they did exactly what you're talking about, where you have the NXT guys sitting on the edge of their seat waiting to get drafted. Yes, like that works. But you did nothing. Like you didn't do anything with the rosters really, with the main rosters. That was the time they could have got a whole lot of some good stories, like fresh storylines.
You can even do a trade.
Trades.
There could have been some trades. Like, listen, I want Kevin Owens.
Yep.
If SmackDown keeps Kevin Owens and now Monday Night Raw wants Kevin Owens, if I'm Adam Pearce, I'm gonna go to Nick Aldis and say, listen, we want Kevin Owens. You guys took Kevin Owens from us. How about you give us back Kevin Owens, but in exchange, I'm going to give you 2 tag teams and a future NXT pick. at a later date.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now
Yep.
you can make the trade, and all of a sudden be like, hey, there's been a trade alert.
Right.
Kevin Owens is now going to Monday Night Raw in exchange for such and blah 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 and a future NXT pick to be named later. But they won't do that, and that would have been so much simpler, so much more entertaining than the bullshit that we got on Friday and Monday.
Yeah. No, there wasn't, like you said, there was just not enough brand switching.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of the main thing. Again, you didn't pick somebody pick like one member of a tag team,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Like that just, yeah. No, they swing and a miss there. Like that was not. It wasn't good TV. It wasn't. It's like, okay, what did we do it for? Like, if you just call up the NXT people and just have them, I'd rather just all of a sudden hear their theme music and they're in a match than this, if that's what this was for.
No.
At least folks are keeping their names as they're getting called up.
One of the things that I loved about, there was only like really one big thing that I loved about the draft. And that was the interaction that they had with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
That was fun. Yeah.
Because it just continues their storyline, and it shows that WWE is moving into a different direction when it comes to TV.
Right.
Like you're getting ready now for Netflix.
Yes. Yeah. Because they saw they saw how well. I mean, Lucha Underground did pretty damn good.
Oh, I love Lucha Underground. I wish it was still around.
So I think they took note. I'm sure they took note of the way that was shot and some of the storylines and everything. And that's what that I remember there was something like that. I can't. I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember something like that in Lucha. So I was like, okay. So they, like you said, like they're playing around. They're playing like you said, they got the different camera shots and everything. I was like, okay, see, they're experimenting now. They're playing around because they're like, okay, we got the TV deal.
Exactly.
Let's play with how we can shoot this thing. And here we are. And that's like, I mean, that is another, criticism I have of Vince. It's just like, dude, okay, yeah, you were a genius with getting wrestling to where it is, where like how mainstream it is and what you did in the 80s, but you gotta keep evolving. So
and sometimes they don't see that. Sometimes they just get into their own head when it comes to a lot of stuff, and it's just like, are we supposed to enjoy this, or it's just it is what it is?
You're like plug and play here. We've seen this storyline for 10 years. Like you're just plugging in different wrestlers as opponents, and then this is the same storyline we've seen for 10 years. Like you gotta
exactly spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Throw in a little bit of mystery. You know what I mean? Get the old who did it storylines out there and see how people react to this certain type of thing. But yeah, this WWE draft made no sense to me. It didn't even it wasn't even really needed because everybody pretty much stood the same. So that was a waste.
It was a waste. Total waste. Just again, if I were in the writing room and they say, okay, this is how it's gonna go, I would have said, okay, how about we just forget the main roster people and just do like everybody just draft NXT people. If you're not going to change anybody's show, then only people that changed was Phantasma, right? Like the Phantasma group, and I think that was about it. Everybody else stayed where they are.
Crown was like, SmackDown had a few rounds to draft. Drew after Raw drafted Punk, but they let him sit there, and it made no sense. Yeah, it's true.
They just wanted the whole thing where he was upset about it taking so many rounds. Like that's all it was.
It was a good pop to the Attitude Era.
Right.
type of move.
And then knowing that we know that he signed a new contract, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, but wait, he's not even getting drafted, So just to give us something like that was like a little nugget of some entertainment, and to kind of keep kayfabe, knowing that we know he signed a new deal. So
Exactly.
I think that's all that was.
But that's WWE for you. They're gonna try and play like you stupid half the time.
Well, I mean, I guess because with the WWE audience, you have to also remember that there are people that don't look at dirt sheets or nothing. They just they don't see nothing until the television show comes on.
That's true.
So you do have to bring those people in, basically.
Yeah, but don't make it sound like you're fucking stupid though. At the same time, when there's certain things that people do in WWE that makes absolutely no sense at all, and then you kind of just question, like, do they really expect people to believe this? Like, are you this stupid, or do you think that we're stupid? Like, either or are we just meeting down the middle?
Hey, I've seen some street interviews where like I don't know.
Come on now.
Yeah. Where they probably feel like, yeah, maybe we need to spoon feed, because there's some people that don't know what the third planet from the sun is. So
I'm gonna put that up on the page and see how many people get it right. All right. Last thing on the list here. And that is this weekend, WWE Backlash, aka the rematch pay-per-view, is going to be on this weekend. It has a start time of 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I believe it's what for you? 11? Yeah, it's like 11, 10 o'clock in the morning for you on the West Coast.
Which works for me, because like I said, we got a fight coming up here. So when I saw these were on the same day, I got worried for a second. I'm like, wait, I want to see the fight. And it's like, no, you're gonna be able to get to watch both. So for that reason, I'm pretty happy. And like you said, I'm used to waking it. Like, I mean, when we were kids, that was Saturday morning. You woke up in the morning to watch wrestling. So to watch, cartoons of wrestling. So don't bother me none.
So no particular order on how we go about this list. The one thing that I would say is that why did they go with so many matches when you have been sticking to a format of 6 key matches? 6. You're going to see how many matches we have for this card. Are you ready?
I think what one of the things they were doing here is this is also kind of a house show for them.
I don't give a shit.
So so that's why they gave him so many matches. But
stick to the script.
So just like when you're playing 2K and you get to a pay-per-view, whatever the hell you're doing throughout the month or the week, damn it, you have 6 matches at the pay-per-view.
Same right.
What you're saying. Stick to the script.
Stick to the script.
Maybe that ought to be our shirt.
Exactly. Stick to the fucking script. Like, there you go. All right. No particular order here.
All right.
Undisputed WWE Championship match. You got the champion Cody Rhodes taking on AJ Styles. I have a problem with this match.
Okay.
Because there's no build up to this. None.
Well, okay. So remember I reminded you what has happened in Backlashes, right? There's never one. We did the world title match last year was not even the main event because there was no real build up. Like, you can't build it up. Okay. So that's why I don't like this is probably my least favorite pay-per-view. for this reason. It's again, we're way up here, and then now in 4 weeks or 3 weeks, really, right? You got to
What?
build for another pay-per-view now.
Yes.
Okay, 3 to 4 weeks, whatever it is, but that's not so especially from where we just were, that's not enough time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why I don't like this pay-per-view. I hate it for that reason. In fact, I think there should be an off season for wrestling. I think you should have WrestleMania. You should be off for about a month, and then you come back, have the draft, and you start you kind of freshly start things.
Right.
Okay, that's the way. And then during that month, you can do a bunch of meet and greets. You can do a tour of having meet and greets and stuff like that. Like the WWE World kind of thing, but like around the country.
Right.
But no live, not like have a review, have all the shows be kind of, preview, highlight shows, and then you start over. That's the way I would do it. And here we are. This is because you see how people are. Like, I mean, you got people already complaining about Cody just got the damn title. Like, what do you like? You guys want him to shoot fireworks out of his ass? Like, what do you want? Like, he.
I don't know. Listen, I've been saying this for the longest. Even when Roman was champion, this is like, if you take the title away from Roman and you put it on somebody else, and I gave an example of Cody Rhodes, you make Cody Rhodes champion. Guess what's gonna happen? In 2 months, you're gonna turn on him.
There's some hard shoes to fill, and what's funny is that if you would have told people this is how people would feel about Roman, like say 5 years ago, they would laugh you out of the room.
Exactly.
Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
If 5 years ago you're like, Roman's going to be so big that you're not going to want him to lose the title. And I don't even want him to win the title. Like, they're going to tell you off, right? But now it's like everybody's like, but so
you see now people are chanting, "We miss Roman."
See, so they better, whatever happens. Like, well, I mean, there's no way they're taking the title off of Cody, but they better freaking tear the house down. Cody needs to so he better be healed up, and they need to have like a knockdown, drag out fight in this match to win the crowd back for Cody. That's the only way this works. Like, this can't be a run of the. They can't do a run of the mill title defense and run of the mill pay per view here. Okay,
and they're gonna try it.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, if they want this to work, they got to get people to feel for this character again. Right. Like the people that have already kind of tuned out. Like, there's some people that they're still in it, but
exactly.
But for the ones that tuned, you need to get their attention back.
So, who do you have for this match?
Oh, Cody wins. Like, they're not taking the title off
right.
of him yet. Yeah.
All right. I mean, listen, you never know. It might be a swerve, and all of a sudden somebody else is champion. You never know. You know what I mean? AJ end up winning the freaking title, but I don't know.
That would
we'll
be
see.
A shocker.
I'm gonna go with Cody as well. Like I said, I don't think that they're gonna take the title away from Cody. I do see them going back to a little bit of like New Japan story, just because like of just certain things that would go on between these two in a match. They may want to play off the whole New Japan stuff. Eventually
they're familiar with each other.
Yep. Michael Cole's gonna paint a picture.
Right.
So there's no worries about that.
Right.
He's gonna take you down memory lane.
Yep. These two men were in a faction together, and they,
Yep. Second match, World Heavyweight Championship. The champion Damian Priest is taking on main event Jey Uso. Yeet.
It's just me, Uso. Down since day one-ish.
I feel bad for Jey Uso.
Same.
Because they always put him in these title pictures. He gets a little bit close and he loses the titles, except for the tag team title, because he ended up getting that shit twice.
And the longest.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, it's just I wish this was like at SummerSlam because I think he wins it at like if like Damian Priest had been champion till SummerSlam and this is
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam, then I'd be picking Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't see them taking the title off of Damian Priest that quickly. But damn, like it's like, but Jay is like you're saying, he's white hot. Like it would not be such an upset for him to win this thing. But damn if he, it's just too early. Just too early for it to take it off of Damian Priest so far. And then I'm just looking at some of my messages here, like while we wait for Kenny. So Jamal, I'm gonna go back to Jamal here. He's talking about so maybe after Mania, WWE should just do the best of for a few weeks till they figure out what they want to do. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And then while you're doing that, you do the WWE World. All right, here we go. Kenny's back. So yeah, so I say Damian Priest.
I'm gonna go Damian Priest too, just for the simple fact that I don't think they're gonna take the title away from Damian Priest so quickly. I think he won't lose the title until maybe like I don't know,
SummerSlam,
close to the end of the year.
For Damian.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
they'll do it at a weird pay-per-view. They won't do it at a main.
Like tables, ladders, and chairs.
They'll do it like a TLC.
Yeah, and he loses the title to Chad. To Chad Gable.
Imagine that you lose to Chad Gable. Oh, not saying Chad Gable's bad, ladies and gentlemen. I love Chad Gable.
It would just be random.
But it'd just be super random. It'd be like, wait a minute. You didn't give him I was like, oh, it was a plan all along. We knew it.
That was the plan all along.
We knew it.
Yeah.
We knew it.
But yeah, but it won't be it's not gonna be a Backlash. I'll just say that.
No. So it sucks because we both have Damian Priest. Maybe this next year.
Not to Jay's fault. Like it's not gonna be Jay's fault that he loses this.
Maybe this one will have a different outcome on winners, and that is the WWE Women's Championship. You have the champion Bayley taking on Naomi, taking on Tiffany Stratton, aka Baby Charlotte Flair.
Right. Yeah, this is a tough one because for real, like just the way, like just seeing this, like being in their mind, like, okay, we could do something to shake things up here, so any one of these three ladies can win this. And that's real, like in a real set, like not, just trying to bullshit you, like any three of these people could win. I just think just for fun, I'm gonna go with Bayley.
Okay.
But it would not. I'll pop, but it wouldn't shock me if like say Tiffany Stratton won though.
So I would love for Tiffany Stratton to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's not going to happen until SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Bayley to win just because I think they want her to keep it just a little bit more and then lose it at SummerSlam.
Right.
Or Money in the Bank.
But you're going to see her, like, one thing about Bayley, like, I liked how she's really moved into this veteran role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to see her calling the match. And it's going to be fun to watch. Because that's one thing. I hope Bayley, and I'm not even saying she's on the downside. Like, I'm not even saying she's at the twilight of her career. She's about to retire or anything like that.
Right.
But when she does, what I'm saying is I think she will be, like, an excellent person to be in the back and to probably even produce matches. Because every time you see her, like, calling the match, it's always a good match every time.
Like, I can see just, like, her and Natalya helping more of the women's division and doing more with them.
Yes. Exactly.
That kind of sucks. We both have Bailey.
We still got we got so many matches.
Next match.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I already know what your answer is going to be.
Okay. Because we think too much alike.
Yep. We have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match.
Well, Tommy. If Tommy was in the chat right now, he'd just start laughing because he already knows.
We got the Kabuki Warriors
uh,
taking on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Going against Black Girl Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Black Girl Magic's about to knock their heads off. Like this, but they're. In fact, I would have them do the Doomsday device. That's how. That's how much I think they're about to kick their ass.
What's crazy about it is that they took this on the road, and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, as a tag team, has been doing very well on house shows.
I saw a video of that. Yeah, like they were tearing down the house. Like they were like pops and everything when they come out. When they come out the come walking down the aisle.
So of course they're gonna sit there now and give them the titles and see what they could do with it.
So they need a name. Let's start there. And they need so kind of like I'm bringing up the Legion of Doom because they kind of remind me. Let's be real, they're like a female Legion of Doom. You got two like athletic specimens that are just about like when they're champion, they're gonna look and like they're gonna kick everybody's ass, right? So, and it's going to take a hell of a lot to take the titles away from them, which is going to give them a better, like, it's even going to give the tag team titles a better story, right?
Right.
So they need a name, they need product, they, stuff like that. So, and then that will give them a fair shot. Like, that's what I'm saying that, like, give this a fair, just like if this were two men in the tag team division, they need to give it the same amount of energy.
No, you're right. And even, Crown was saying, Jade and Belair, he goes, no doubt, I just feel bad for Naomi because she made the team.
Right.
And it's not getting no gold. I mean, she is technically in a title match.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is I thought that they should have been a group. Like the three of them.
Right.
It's probably what Clown is trying to say here. So yeah,
but you never know. Listen, you never know. We may just get swerved, and
isn't Naomi on another show now after the draft?
Is she? I don't think so. No, I think they're all on the same show.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
they ain't going nowhere. That's why I said that fucking that WWE fucking draft was trash.
Right.
Ken is in the building. What's up? What's going on, Ken?
We gotta after this we'll go down the line and
we'll go down to hit. We'll go down. Ken, let's finish the predictions, and then we'll get to that question because that is a good question. Next match: Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Tama Otunga.
I am picking Bloodline. And I also think we might see Jacob here.
Yeah. I'm gonna swerve it. I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Okay. RKO out of nowhere.
I think they might pull the victory in that one. I think they're gonna pull the victory on that one, and then we'll see a debut.
Oh, like so as they're thinking they're celebrating that they won, and then all of a sudden, this jacked up Samoan comes in and kicks their ass.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I can see both scenarios.
Ken is saying that he's loving the new Bloodline 2.0. I am too because it's evolving.
Gave it fresh blood. Yep.
You know what I mean? It's not the same.
No pun intended.
Yeah, it's not the same thing being generated and being thrown out there. Like they're evolving these characters. Solo's becoming a leader. You know what I mean? His character is changing.
Right.
with the times and not just staying the same. Because imagine if Solo just stood the same and not talked, and it was just Paul Heyman. After a while, you'll be like, listen, you're either gonna bring Roman out here, or
right.
you're gonna shut the fuck up. Like,
hey, and you're exactly right. And like you said, they evolved. Like it wasn't. I guess they kind of learned from the NWO. Like, okay, you can't just keep recycling,
at least somebody did.
and then just keep adding and recycling. Like you can't do it that way. You gotta evolve. And just give it another name, and then that's that, and a fresh coat of paint, and that's the no. You gotta the characters have to evolve.
So you got the Bloodline. I got Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
We get Ricky yelling at Solo.
Where you see it? Oh, I hope Rikishi doesn't make that there.
You don't even want to see his face on television.
Nope, I'll turn my TV off.
Or be like one of these people when their team loses the Super Bowl.
Start breaking the TV and shit. So those are all the matches that are a part of Backlash.
All right.
Why did I think that there was more?
Is there some other? Is there a pre-show?
I don't think so. Well, that's what we have. We have those matches that are there. Right. So we'll get into some listener questions over here now. Ken is in the building. Ken's a regular here. He was asking. Let's see. Gotta go back up here. He goes, question: if Mania is in Vegas, which we both said we would go to, are you guys going? Yes, 100%. We will be there.
Yeah, I don't even care if I like. I mean, I'm gonna try my damnedest to have tickets, but even if I didn't, I'm gonna be in town. Like,
listen, even if we have time to save for this,
that's true.
If I have to save money for DJ to be there, and I buy the ticket,
because I can get to town easy. That's not even.
And we just pay it off over time. We do it that way too. But I just feel like Vegas, we have to be there. We have to, show out because it's
Maybe
Vegas.
We do a remote.
Oh, of course. We got to find some place where we're going to sit there and be like Dave Chappelle when he was doing the comedy skits. Remember when he was standing in Times Square? Yeah. He was like, I'm just looking for some great New York boobs. Like, I just want to go out there and do some shit like that. Like, throughout Vegas, like, yo, who do you have winning the freaking main event at WrestleMania? You know what I mean? Like,
who's got the best wrestling cosplay?
Exactly. But
especially
it's gonna be
people trying to be Rhea Ripley and stuff.
Oh, what? Like, let me turn around real quick. Let me see that.
Like, you got to do it right. Let's see.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do it right. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right.
Yep, you weren't on your squat game.
Exactly.
Ken put this outfit on.
So Ken wants to get some beers. He wants to go hang out. Definitely.
That's what that question's about.
We gotta hit the roulette table. We gotta try and win some money
downtown.
We gotta try and go to one of these like buffets and stuff like that, and chill out, and especially check out our GCW show.
They always have we gotta go to WrestleCon. Like, I bet you that WrestleCon will be wild.
Oh yeah,
in Vegas. Okay. Because Mike Tyson will be at that one because Mike Tyson lives in Vegas. So I can pretty much tell you that I bet you Mike Tyson will be at that WrestleCon.
Oh yeah.
So after he knocks this boy out in June.
Anything else we need to talk about?
Let's see. I'm just looking up if we missed any questions or comments. Will there be a full moon and Samoan werewolf?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
The way the bloodline is going, you never know.
The Samoan werewolf. So yeah, I think we got that. Might be the questions.
Also, Ken did have another question. He was like, "Who's one wrestler that you guys will want to meet before you pass away?" I've met a lot of wrestlers throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
I could say like the one guy that I really want to do a do-over with, because I really didn't get that interaction like how I wanted. It was very quick, and that was Mick Foley. I
Okay.
bought a ticket because I didn't know how Comic Con really is. So I said, "Oh, they have a professional photo that you can take with Mick Foley instead of going to the table
Mm-hmm.
and doing the meet and greet at the table." So I spend $60 on a photo with Mick Foley, only to get on this long ass line for an hour. I get in the room. The lady says, "Stand right here. Smile. Psh. Hey, thanks for coming out." And that was it. 2 seconds. DJ. 2 seconds.
So, yeah, no, you need that over. You need a do-over on that one.
Mind you, I dressed up as Cactus Jack.
No, you need a do-over. You need a do-over. Mm-mm. No.
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with Britt Baker. So I bought the pro photo of me and Britt. Same thing. I was so disappointed that I was just like, I'm never buying a pro photo again at a Comic-Con.
At a Comic-Con. No.
And it's fucked up because
like,
my fault.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about I'm talking about you at the not you.
I was
yeah,
like,
no, I'm talking about that's what you were thinking at the thing. Yeah, not you. Yeah, no, you were thinking at the Comic-Con. Can I say something to her real quick? Like, can I say something to Mick real quick?
And it's messed up because like the picture that I bought, and then the one that Gigi did, I thought Gigi's was way better because she had that time with her and shot it on her own camera on her phone.
Oh, so wait, so brothers can't have a little bit of time?
Nah.
Is that what's happening?
Just kick me off to the curb.
Oh, that's jacked up. Yeah, I'd like to answer, but so Sting in the. I'm sorry. Let me start with Stone Cold in The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which I keep an eye on, and Clown probably would know about this. Like, and Jamal, I believe, is out here. Like, the brewery in Sepulveda.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, Stone Cold will, because that's where beer gets brewed. He'll be at the bar. So if I can catch one of those, I'll be a happy man. And I want my do-over with Sting. Damn near the same thing. So it was at a WWE, like the thing that they have it for WrestleMania, and they rush you. Like I was like, I could barely talk to him, and I was like, no, you don't understand. I got stuff to say. Okay, turn around and smile. No, that's why my picture is jacked up, because it's
exactly.
And he didn't have his paint on, like, so I guess because they're like, yeah. I guess they're like, no, we don't want you to put your paint on. That's for tomorrow. Like, that's for the show tomorrow. Like, but so, so I was kind of jealous of the Fig Cave that got to go to WrestleCon this year, and he had fully painted up and everything. I'm just like, ain't that a bitch? So, so I'm pretty sure he'll be back at the next WrestleCon.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
because he's gonna make the rounds just to continue, like hanging out with the fans and stuff like that.
Right.
But Ken, who would? So Ken said Edge.
Edge. Yep.
I'll throw a question out to everyone else and to you.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a wrestler that you've met and was highly disappointed that you met them?
That's a good question. I have to think. Go ahead. You go first. I have to think about mine.
I'm gonna say HBK Shawn Michaels.
Okay. Yeah, tell me, like,
so
how was that? Because he's another one I think I'd like to meet him anyway. So go ahead.
So first time I go to WrestleMania was when they came to New York. Mm-hmm. When I knew they were coming to New York, I saved my money. I worked a shitload of fucking overtime to make sure that I have cash on me. I go to WrestleCon. I buy the the meet and greet ticket to see Shawn Michaels. I didn't know that they were doing a pro photo with Shawn Michaels. I only seen the one with Ric Flair. So I buy the regular one, and it's an autograph and a picture. Some girl gets on the line and says, I think somebody pissed him off upstairs because he looks like he has an attitude. So I was like, okay, well, I was like, well, I hope when he comes down here, he doesn't have that attitude. He grabs my action figure, doesn't ask me, because at the time I didn't know about the different color pens and all that other nonsense. He doesn't ask me, hey, what color do you want this? He just takes a black Sharpie and just goes, whoop, whoop. Yep. And he goes, the guy goes, oh, he has a photo. And he makes me bend down to the floor, take the photo with him, and then shoots me on my way.
Dang.
$120.
Woo! Woo! For him to give you orders and write with a black Sharpie.
Yep. Horrible. I said never again.
Hot damn.
Never again. Ken said his was Goldberg.
I guess, like, because I like you said, like, it's kind of rare to have a bad, like, when you get a few moments with a wrestler to have a bad experience. So mine, I guess, like, and this is not as bad as that one, was Ty Conti, because I went to Barrios, and Barrios had both Sammy and Ty Conti at one time. Okay. So I had stuff for both of them to sign. She talked to him most of the time. Like, so here I am standing in front of him trying to have a conversation. She kept talking to Sammy. And then I wanted to get a soundbite for the run-in.
Right.
And so Sammy was more than willing. But Ty, my English isn't. I'm not confident in my English.
I would have said it in Spanish.
So, but that was her excuse. Which I thought was a poor excuse, because I'm like, you're speaking to me right now. Like, you could be like, you seem to have enough English to talk to me right now. You have enough English.
I'm like, bitch, stop being lazy, okay? Fuck.
But I got an accidental graze, so.
Yeah. A win.
So
a win is
something.
A win is a win.
During the picture.
But yeah, I think that's the only really bad experience that I had.
But everybody else is fire. Yeah.
Because
like, I had Ken Shamrock and.
Yeah, I mean, the two, I would say, like, there's been wrestlers that have been the best, like Johnny Gargano, Scott Hall, rest in peace, Kevin Nash. Like, I've met them, beautiful. Keith Lee, amazing. I think I would probably say that my number one top person that I've met that I was just like, you're fucking cool, and it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. So
I'm trying to get that. Yeah.
Okay. So my friend tells me, hey, this is when they were in Texas. He goes, hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin is doing a meet and greet for one day. He's doing a whole event at this bar. Here's the link. Damn. I look at the link. I see the VIP package. He goes, yo, tickets are going fast.
I bet.
I call Jackie on the phone and I said, hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin is doing a meet and greet. He rarely does meet and greets. I really want to go. She's like, where is it? I said, it's in Texas. She goes, what the fuck? Right? She goes, fine, go. Because I was like, I don't want to leave her with the kids and we have all this stuff.
Right.
So she's like, just go. because she knows that like Stone Cold Steve Austin is like my hero, you know, in professional wrestling. DJ, as soon as I hung up the phone with her, I remember I bought the ticket. I bought the VIP ticket. I booked the first flight that I saw.
I'm about to say you had to go to the flights, yeah.
Yep. I caught a flight. I caught the freaking hotel. I literally landed early in the morning to Texas, took a nap, woke up, met my friend, went to the Stone Cold Steve Austin event, took the picture. I even had the opportunity to tell him, I was like, hey, I met you when I was 14 years old. And back then, we didn't have the cell phone cameras. You had to take a camera, like a disposable camera, to take a fucking photo. When I took the photo with you, the pictures never came out.
Oh.
So that I've only had the memory of me and you at Virgin Megastore getting your autograph and taking a photo with you. You know, he tells the lady who's taking the photo, hey, make sure this out because he's been waiting for years to redo this photo. The lady turns the camera around and goes, I have your photo right here. I was like, thank you so much.
Right. Nice.
They gave me enough time to sit there and have a conversation with him.
Right.
They didn't rush nobody. It was great.
And they shouldn't. Like, this is, you know, like, this is, like, wrestling is an emotional, you know, art form. Okay? Everybody listening to us, like, the reason why somebody is your favorite wrestler is not necessarily his skill. It's, this wrestler made you feel something. Okay? So it's emotional. So there should never, with any wrestling meet and greet, there should be no rush. It should be zero rush. And I hope Sean got, like, you know, maybe whatever bug was up his ass that day. Hopefully that was just an anomaly and he doesn't do that. You know, because that's not, you know, you can't do that. Yeah, and Clown saying, like, I mean, you got Moxley
I'll be upset with that. I remember he used to do that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if you don't sign a freaking something.
You know who used to do that? And then I end up telling him, I was just like, hey, is there any way that I could just get like your full name? And that was Keith Lee. Keith Lee would do that. Okay. He would just sign KL, like, oh no.
Can you do Keith Lee?
I was like, can you please just write Keith Lee?
Well, you could probably see that, like, so right above me here, you could probably see a King Booker. So that's signed. And so we went to a wrestling, it was an independent show too, but it was with his students. And so of course there was a Booker T meet and greet. And then now I was like, okay, that was who was at the Target. Then I was like, wait, I don't have anything for him to sign. And boom, there was a King Booker at the Target. And so he signed it, and it is signed King Booker. Like, it has book like with BOOKAH. I was like, yes. Yes, this is perfect.
and that's like the best thing you want to see is when things that, you know, when they do stuff like that.
Right.
Because it's great. It's great to see, you know. But that's the end of the show. We don't have nothing else to talk about. We answered the questions. We answered some questions there.
And all we had was screw ups from the companies.
Exactly. You know, it was still a good show. We discussed everything. Let's see. All right, let's get into some shout outs.
Well, our first shout out should be SeatGeek. Make sure you guys are, you know, if first time you're ordering tickets, make sure you go to SeatGeek. Let's see. What is our code? Is the
call up, man.
All right, and if it's your first time ordering tickets, you'll save $20.
Oh yeah,
on that order, which is like nowadays, like $20 is like anything is good, right? So, so make sure you're going to SeatGeek. Make sure you are liking and subscribe. We should have 100 likes on this. Okay. We are trying to get those buttons. Like
Oh
we're
yeah.
we're on the we're on the quest for the YouTube button.
Yes. If you
So
guys are on YouTube right now, please hit that like button and let us know that
$20.
it's $20. Just let me get a little bit of change.
Yes.
Let's also give a shout out to the Fake Cave podcast. If you go to their Patreon, it starts at $1 a month, and that $1 a month will give you access to their Facebook group where there are other action figure collectors that are buying and trading toys every single day. If there are certain action figures that you are looking for, jump on the Fake Cave Facebook group, and I'm sure that someone is going to have that action figure for you at retail, or they're going to end up trying to help you find it. People go on, I go on there all the time just to see exactly what people are trading off, and there's some good things on there that kind of gives me that itch of getting back into figure collecting. But then I also sit there and think about, like, where the hell am I going to put all these action figures, because I have no space. So yeah. Next people that I want to give a big shout out to is the Jabba Tears podcast. They just finished celebrating their 300th episode, and
Nice.
they just finished coming off of a good independent show called Battle Club Pro that they help produce. They had a show on Sunday, which was male versus female matches. We sponsored one of the matches that they had on there, which was Yaya versus Cosmic. I was trying to get in the building to go and see these matches, but I got tied up with a lot of the things, some personal stuff, so I didn't get to go. I did see the highlights though, and Toe from the Knuckleheads Network, the I call him the king of the Knuckleheads because this is his baby that we are all a part of. He represented the Call Up podcast in the match. He came out with Yaya. He had the Call Up podcast shirt.
Nice.
And full disclosure, he loves Cosmic. Amazing talent in Cosmic. Me and her just have this love hate relationship. More, I hate her, and she loves the fact that I hate her. See, it works.
It
You
does
know what I
work.
mean? But in real life,
It's like how
amazing.
two
Yeah,
lefts make a right.
exactly.
Kind of
But in real life, amazing girl, amazing talent. I can't wait to see what else she does once she starts to evolve a whole lot more in the wrestling business. Like, I can see her in AEW or NXT, like, in good storylines,
Oh yeah.
because she has that look
Mhm.
about her that's just it's
And
it's
that's
meant for TV.
like, I think some people really, I don't think they're understanding that. Like there
Right.
is a look. There is a look. Like
Mhm.
it's not just anybody can just walk up and do this and then we're supposed to root for them. Like no, there's a look to this. And then Leon, drop us a line. He's saying, he's creating content.
Mhm. Let us know. We will share it here. We will share it on the Instagram page or whatever. Like, whatever it is that you want us to share, because you're always here every week.
Yep.
So, like, let us know. And the final shout out. I'm obviously I have another shout out here. Another sponsor, Ringside Collectibles. If there's certain action figures that you're looking for right away, and maybe you're still a little bit iffy about the fake cave stuff or whatever, you can go on Ringside Collectibles. Use the code word the call up is going to save you 10% on all your orders. I shop on there a lot for like the kids and stuff like that, so definitely check them out. And then
New Outsiders,
right, that was pretty dope. I saw that.
Yeah.
And the last shout out that I love to just leave you guys for the end, and that's just the people who come on here every single week and hang out with us and listen to us and drop questions and stuff that they want to discuss on the show, or certain topics. Because, like, me and DJ, we do these topics every week, and then we kind of wonder, like, do we have enough? Is it something that we're missing? And you guys hit us with the questions every single week and help us out. So without you, we will be nothing here, but just
And
reading
we don't
reading
do
off the
super chat.
cards. You know, we don't do the super chats or anything else like that. You know, if you want to support the show, just continue hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave comments on the videos.
Share.
Share it with your friends. Go on Instagram, share that information with everybody else, because then it boosts the algorithm for us. It gets more people in the building, and we get a whole lot more questions from everyone else who's been watching us.
Absolutely. All right, it's late for you, ain't it, brother?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be 1:00.
Yeah.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenny, this is DJ. We're signing off. Peace.